If there is noise around you, let the silence settle. The attack they tried to send against you last night not only failed, it returned and consumed the altar of the one who sent it. And you need to understand why. You passed the test. You walked through the fire of betrayal, felt the pressure, the exhaustion, the confusion. What you didn't know is that your spirit, even tired, became a wall of fire. The test was not to destroy you, but to reveal the authority you carry. This morning, heaven recalculated the route of your life, and I need to tell you exactly why the survive and fight phase has just been closed in the divine court. You did not get here because of an algorithm. You arrived because you were marked to arrive. This is divine alignment. And what you survived was not to break you, it was to prepare you for this exact moment. You feel it, don't you? The mind that replays the same conversation at 3 a.m., the body that trembles in situations where it should no longer tremble, that chill on the back of your neck at midnight, that feeling of being watched that doesn't leave you. It is the weight of a battle you have not named, but that your body registers. It is the exhaustion of being under a spiritual siege, a constant attempt to drain your peace. There is one thing I will put in your hands before this message closes, something that Solomon left recorded for the child of God who needs to get through the subtle sabotage, the veiled attack, and that fits in your pocket. It is not a book to study, it is an instrument to sustain the weight of what you carry. I will return to this. For now, stay. That feeling of being watched, the energy that disappears, the money that slips through your fingers, this is not common fatigue. It is the cost of repelling uninvited attacks. You have become a battlefield without knowing it. And about this exactly, about the chill on the back of your neck that comes without warning, I have already left the instrument waiting for you in the first pinned comment. If you need to leave before the end, it is there. But stay, because the Hebrew name for what is happening to you has not yet been spoken. Have you ever felt that this inexplicable exhaustion is not just human, but spiritual? What if this pattern of feeling drained, even after a night's sleep, is a sign that there is a battle against the purpose that God has placed on your life? It was in searching for answers to this that I found this digital guide called the Solomon Code. This guide is not just a reading, it is a key to spiritual understanding, a tool made for those who wish to see beyond appearances, to stop treating these attacks as a simple malaise, and to understand why envy and covetousness rise with such force against those who carry a mark of God. Several chosen ones here on the channel have already felt the call of the code, but have not yet made the decision to download the digital guide. Download it right now. It is available in the first pinned comment. If you are one of the first to download it, come back here and write Amen. This will be your act of faith. And today God may show you the reason why the attack they sent you bounced back. There are clear signs that you are under this covering of return. The first is an unexplainable peace in the midst of chaos. While others panic, something in you quiets down. It is the certainty that justice does not sleep. The second sign is revelation in dreams. You begin to see the faces, the places, the intentions. Not to take revenge, but to be cautious. The third is the sacred detour. Plans that go wrong at the last minute, saving you from encounters and situations that would have been traps. And about that scene, the deliverance you didn't understand at the time, I have already left the instrument waiting for you in the first pinned comment. If you need to leave, it's there. But stay. The fourth sign is the aggressor's fatigue. You begin to notice, from a distance, that those who wished you harm are losing their shine, their health, their peace. The energy they sent is being collected at the source. The fifth and final sign is the donor's loneliness. You feel isolated because your frequency has changed. You no longer vibrate on the same wavelength of complaint, gossip, and malice. And to consciously seal this protection, I give you a tool you can use today, the reverse court technique, based on Isaiah 54:17. When you feel that chill on the back of your neck, when anxiety comes out of nowhere, stop and declare aloud, "By the blood of Christ, I bring to judgment every word of curse, every decree of scarcity, every projection of envy sent against me. I present Isaiah 54:17 as my legal right. No weapon forged against you will prevail. I declare the attack null and void, and I release the aggressor to the just judgment of God. according to his mercy. And if you are feeling right now that this is exactly what you need, even before I continue, put your thumb now on the link in the first pinned comment. Don't click yet, just put your thumb. Feel the weight of the decision before making the decision. This guide, the Solomon Code, is not a method to do more, it is an instrument to sustain more. It does not train you, it covers you. And the next chill on the back of your neck at midnight comes sooner than it seems. And the guide comes with 2 seals for your home, not for your performance. The first seal is the ritual of the righteous's sleep. It's an audio. You don't read, you lie down. And what you used to call insomnia, today you will call unsealed vigil. And you will learn to seal the night with the right name, in the right order, in the right voice. The second seal is the awakening of clarity, the 7 morning decrees. 7 short sentences, 1 for each morning of the week, so that you no longer wake up without identity, so that you go through the first hour of the day with the posture of one who was sent, and not with the posture of one who was run over. You have a 7-day unconditional guarantee to use and feel it, 7 full days. If in 7 days the instrument has not touched what needs to be touched in you, you send an email and get your money back. No questions, no justifications, and the 2 seals, the ritual and the decrees, stay with you even if you return it. They are yours, unconditionally. But I need to be direct with you. The real risk is not spending less than 2 coffees. The real risk is the next chill on the back of your neck at midnight arriving, and you are still empty-handed. And maybe you are asking yourself, how can I be sure this is a spiritual attack and not just bad luck or stress? The answer is in the pattern. Bad luck is random, stress has a clear cause. A spiritual attack is a repetitive pattern of drainage and blockage that defies logic. Another question. I feel fear and guilt that they are being destroyed. Isn't that wrong? You are not attacking, you are standing in your position. The law of return is divine, not yours. You are responsible for your peace, not for their harvest. And finally, if the protection is already mine, why do I need a guide? Shouldn't God be enough? God is enough. The guide is not a substitute for God. It is a tool that he gives you, as he gave a staff to Moses. A 45-year-old entrepreneur saw her once thriving business stagnate overnight. In the first week of using the ritual of the righteous's sleep, she sent me, I slept through the night for the first time in months and woke up with the name of the person who was sabotaging me. A 32-year-old civil servant, feeling an exhaustion that doctors could not explain, began to use the morning decrees. His sentence, it was as if I was carrying a dead weight on my back. On the 3rd day I felt the weight leave. A 28-year-old student, feeling a dark cloud of envy from colleagues, used the guide. She said, I understood it wasn't about me. It was about the light I carry. Now I don't hide it anymore. Maybe in 3 hours you will be lying in bed again, feeling that chill on the back of your neck. Remembering that you saw this video and still did not reach out, maybe the next time you feel the sensation of being watched, anxiety will paralyze you again. The link is in the first pinned comment. Pinned for you. When you open that link, you are not buying a book. You are accepting an instrument that Solomon prepared for your ordinary day. The Hebrew word that exactly defines what is happening to you is shamar. Pronounce it with me in a low voice wherever you are. Shamar. Shamar means to watch, to guard, to protect. But it is not a passive guard. It is an active, attentive vigil. It is the state of a spiritual sentry that God has placed over you, which causes the attacks not only to stop, but to be exposed and reversed. And about this word it is written in Psalm 4, verse 8, ESV, In peace I will both lie down and sleep, for you alone, O Lord, make me dwell in safety. It is not a promise of the future, it is a declaration of state. The story of Balaam in Numbers 22 shows us this. Hired to curse Israel, every time he opened his mouth, a blessing came out. He could not curse whom God had blessed. Balaam's instrument was his mouth forced to bless. The operation was obedience to God's voice, which was stronger than the prophet's will. The turning point came when the king who hired him understood that he could not fight against a people who had God as their guardian. What Balaam had to learn the hard way, you can do now with a guide in hand. The instrument that Solomon left recorded is the same one that is waiting for you in the first pinned comment. Let me put everything in simple words. Fact 1. There is a spirit of envy and covetousness that targets you. Fact 2. It does this by trying to undermine your peace and strength so that you give up. Fact 3. Balaam was proof that such attacks are useless against a chosen one. Fact 4. Your hesitation, which you call prudence, is exactly what this spirit needs to convince you to give up before the next chill on the back of your neck. There are 3 types of callings being tested now. You are one of these 3. The first is the divine lightning rod. You attract attacks because of your light, and your function is precisely to expose the origin of the darkness. The second is the guardian of silence. Your weapon is peace, and the enemy tries to provoke you to leave your position of power. The third is the spiritual alchemist. You transform curses into fuel, and the enemy tries to steal your joy. About your type, heaven has sealed 3 names. The first is Wall of Fire. Your presence burns what does not come from God. The Solomon Code teaches you how to keep this fire lit. The second is Sealed Fountain. Your heart is a protected spring. The third is Heir of the Decree. You operate under the law of Isaiah 54:17. If one of these names resonated more strongly with you, write the number down below in the comments. 1, 2, or 3. For each name, the adversary has a tactic. Against the Wall of Fire, he uses guilt. Against the Sealed Fountain, doubt. Against the Heir of the Decree, fatigue. And these weapons alone are a memory. With an instrument, they become a covering. There are more portals that I cannot open here. The guide delivers them. But there is one last obstacle, the fear of seeming ungrateful, that by accepting an instrument, you are telling God that what he has already done is not enough. It is false piety. God does not give you strength so that you refuse the weapons that he himself forged. Now close your eyes. Place your right hand on your chest and repeat in a low voice, Father, I give you the fatigue. I release you from the fear of seeming ungrateful. My urgency is my gratitude. I receive the 3 names, Wall of Fire, Sealed Fountain, Heir of the Decree, not to boast, but to remember. If this resonates with you now, write below. I receive the turning point. And now the Father's voice. Listen, son, daughter, I saw you feeling that chill on the back of your neck and wondering if you were going crazy. I never lost sight of you. The chair at my table with your name on it was never occupied. You have permission to receive what you have not earned. You have permission to occupy the chair without having to justify. You have permission to let the version of you that needed to suffer, to feel worthy, die. Solomon did not prepare this instrument for those who are already ready. He prepared it for those who are tired. I now extend my hand toward your house and decree a covering of sealing over your table so that the provision may be holy, over your children and your spouse so that peace may guard them, over your work so that your hands may be blessed. You are committed, you are commissioned, you are sent. You are committed, you are commissioned, you are sent. You are committed, you are commissioned, you are sent. Walk with me to a room. There is a long, dark wood table. There are people there. And there is an empty chair near the head of the table. Your shape is carved into it. Solomon nods. We were waiting for you. You are not creating this scene. You are remembering it. Feel the weight of what has just happened. Now you can say Amen. The Solomon Code is waiting for you in the first pinned comment with the ritual of sleep and the 7 morning decrees, for less than 2 coffees, because a wall of fire without a covering rots at the next midnight chill, and the adversary counts on it. It is not an expense, it is an instrument. With a 7-day guarantee, the risk is ours, the hand is yours. Click now, while the decree is still alive in your chest. In the next 3 hours he will speak within you. This is too expensive. Leave it for tomorrow. You are playing with fire. If you were really protected, you would not feel fear. This is spiritual pride. 5 waves. He tries from 5 angles. Today, now, before the next chill, not later. Today. Before you go, think of one specific person, someone who has been in silence, being attacked in the same way. Send them this video. If you have gone through this video to the end, comment below, Amen received. It is done. What was delivered here has been delivered. You are not the same person. You are deeply loved. You have never been forgotten. The chair is yours.